Good afternoon, everybody, or I guess it's morning for a few of you. So we'll just take our time a little bit getting started this morning because there's a fair bit to show you. We have, let's see, we have a few here already. I'll just go ahead and get started, and there'll be a recording of this for those who may join a little bit late, but you can certainly answer questions for them as we go. But yeah, again, ask any questions you like as we go. Feel free to submit them at any time. I'll answer them when it makes sense, live or otherwise, and we'll go from there. Okay, so submit questions in the chat, or I guess the Q&A function would be the way to do it. There we go. Yep, that keeps track of open questions. So, alrighty, so the good news today is that we are we've continued to develop new things and increasing the power of our AI tool to provide you even greater abilities to do things with the AI tool. Those are going to roll out Thursday night. They should be available for you Friday morning, assuming all goes well, which I'm pretty sure they will. It's not a complicated rollout by any means, but now when you log into the tool, you'll still have access to the skill library and such, but it's going to work just a little bit differently. And what we've done, the big things in this rollout that's happening for will be available to you Friday morning, are the context size. This is pretty exciting. Right now, it's been limited to 200 to 250 pages. It's going up to 10,000 pages. So we could potentially take it even a little bit higher than that, but at some point you start getting degraded system performance. So we're going to go to 10,000. We'll see see what the feedback is at that point. I think that'll probably handle at least 95% of all use cases that you have. To get more pages in it than that, you'd have to really work at it. It'd have to be a lot of IDS documents that are uploaded. But anyway, so 10,000 pages, that's a lot. But just remember, the more pages that you have uploaded, system performance will slow down a bit because there's just more data to process. So that's 10,000 pages. The next piece is I'll show it to you right now. Let's see, what would be a good way to do it? I'll show it to you in the context of an invention disclosure. The interface looks a little different right here. So let me just kind of set this. Let's see, I can make. So here's just a basic setup. When you click new project, it'll come in and it'll look like this. You can type in your messages and so on. You might want to click this to show your context panel. This is where you can set your skills, and those are still there. But you click to invoke them now. You don't go to skill library. The skill library just shows you a listing of the skills. And you can, for your own skills, you can still get into those and edit those. But in your new project here, let's go back here. Is that where we were? In this new project here, you can add a skill by clicking the plus sign. And you can search for them here, like type in application, it comes up. You can also filter based on practice type and who owns them. I just may want my own. So then let's see, I can't remember. Let's see, if you want to teach a new task, you can click here, or you can still click up here on the right. Now, this is new. Let's upload a document. Just upload a document. Let's upload an invention disclosure. We'll upload that. This is just an invention disclosure that I've shown you before. We used it in the attorney versus machine. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that one. And we'll name this one invention disclosure. We'll call it new invention disclosure. Okay, you'll see the documents are listed here, but they're not listed up here. So if you want to view the document, you can click here. And then it shows you the document here. And it adds it up here. And where this comes into play, like the difference between being able to view the document up here and whether it's down the side. So think about it in the context of like if you have a whole bunch of documents that you've uploaded, but you only really need to look at a few of them. So the ones that you're actively looking at are here. The others are there maybe for reference. Maybe you just want to submit prompts and view of those documents, but the ones you really care about are the ones that you have listed up here. So when you click on them, they're up here. Now you can X out of up here and it removes the document from up here, but it doesn't remove it from the context. As you use it more and more, it'll make more and more sense. And as you go, if you run into a stumbling point, don't hesitate reaching out to us. You can either reach out to me directly. I'll get back to you as quickly as I can, or you can submit a question to or support@blackhills.ai, support@blackhills.ai, or to me. This is my address again. That seems to be a pretty good way to share my email address. You can see it at the bottom if you don't have it. So let's start working with this, okay? So you can now see how we have our documents, our context pane, and you can see what's up here. The next piece is, okay, so if you want to invoke a skill, you go to the instructions tab, okay? And you select the skill that you want to invoke. I'm going to show you another way to do it though. But here, let's just do this. Is this the one I want? Okay, so I'll show you this and then we'll do it another way. Okay, so let's go ahead and submit this. Please draft the specification patent application. I'm going to show you two different ways to do this. Okay, so this is one using a skill, which I believe, what are we calling them here? I think, yeah, here we go. And you've seen it do this before if you've watched any of our, if you've joined or watched any of our other workshops. And I'm going to explain this a little bit, and then I will show you another way to do this. Okay, so this draft is a little short. You can probably get a little bit more out of it if we ask the questions differently or put the prompts in differently. So last week, or 2 weeks ago, I believe I talked about hallucinations, increasing and decreasing the likelihood of hallucinations. The idea is like it makes stuff up or it doesn't do as good a job. You need to verify things more closely when you have a longer output from the tool. So if the response that to a prompt that the tool generates is not limited in length, like it can be of any length, the tool can get more aggressive in providing you a response. And the more aggressive it is in generating a response, the more likely it is that it's going to make errors or hallucinate or just kind of make stuff up or make assumptions that may not be, very well founded. And so to reduce that likelihood of hallucination or error, what we've done is we've put a cap on the number of words that can be generated as an output. And so with that cap, it's more judicious, the tool's more judicious about the text that it generates, and it makes less errors. However, you may want more output from it. So there's a different way to go about it if you want to do that, okay? Also, maybe even a more convenient way. So what we have now is kind of a different type of skill called a playbook. And you get at a playbook that's been generated by clicking on the plus. You'll see 103 rejection playbook, patent drafting. This is the playbook as well, and prepare for an inventor interview, okay? So what I want to do is I want to run this one, but what I'm going to do is I want to expand this. And I want to see what's underneath it. And what it is in the skills, we kind of had outlines set up inside of those. And those outlines each had like these individual, types of prompts that would be put in, and we put them in all at once. And they go in basically all at once, execute all this stuff. They go in as one big prompt. Well, that consumes the entire, say, 1,500 word cap for the output from a prompt in one shot. So even though those are really multiple prompts. So what this is doing is you can select these individually. Say I want to generate a list of 20 questions to talk to the inventors on based on this invention disclosure over here. So let's do that. I click that. After you select what you want to do, you need to hit the enter key. But you'll see it's going to execute just that individual prompt. And you might have prompts in there that may not make sense in the context of a particular disclosure or the particular matter you're working on. But so you can select those individually and just execute one at a time. Or you'll see here you can select run all, and it'll run all of those. And each one of these, so this would have like a 1,500 word cap. This would have a 1,500 word cap. This would have a 1,500 word cap. And so same for all of these. And so what you end up with is, a different way to approach the skills. And then the question becomes, well, how do I generate these? So I'll go ahead and show you that. So let's say teach Eve. We'll click right up here, teach Eve. And then you have the option of playbook or task, okay? What we were calling skills before were really just, or under this new system, are a task, right? Skills, that term is now used to include both tasks and playbooks. A task is something where everything is submitted at once. A playbook is where you have the opportunity to submit individual prompts. And if you have multiple prompts within a playbook, you also have the ability to submit them individually or run at once, run them all. So if you want to select, well, here, let's just select task, okay? This puts everything under one fell swoop, everything that you want to create. And then you go through and you name it and you give it your description and everything. Let's go back again. Let's go to playbook. We'll go to next. We selected playbook. Now, let's see here. I have a Word document that I have some things in. But we can just do it. Let's say it's to draft a response to an office action. You might say, we'll do a real simple one. Please generate an argument for responding to any 101 rejections included in the office action. And let's see, if necessary, please recommend any claim amendments. Okay, then we'll go down here. Say we click new message. So please, so each message, you'll note it says new message, and it relates to this message here. That would be a prompt. Okay, so the next one will say, please generate a response to any 112 rejections and propose any needed amendments. And I again. I can say, and we're just doing a real simple one here, 102, and we'll do 103. Okay, so that's just a simple playbook with multiple tasks. We'll click next. It'll generate a recommendation for you on what you may want to call it. That one's not a great recommendation. It's taking into account what we're actually have uploaded and so on. So we'll give this one a test, or let's just say sample, office action, response generator. Generator is OR. Yeah. That would be a generator that generates electricity, but I don't know in this sense if it would be ER. Anyway, we'll just pretend that's correct, even if it's wrong. Okay, so the description is, we'll just give it a test so I know, and this is patent prosecution. Okay, and then I will confirm that that's what I want to do. Okay, so let's go over here to look at an office action. And inside of here, I've used this one showing you demos before. And we have an application uploaded, the reference is cited in an office action. We have an office action and we have a response shell. We'll just call this one shell. And okay. And let's just select a office action response. Let's see. Let's just see. We can type it in here. Here's the one I want, I think. There we go. Okay. So let's just say we'll take this prompt. We'll put it in here. We're going to do a compare. This is the old way of doing it, which you can still do. Appreciate you guys logging in, and I hope that the tool is still useful to you. And if you haven't used it and you're just trying to get started, don't hesitate reaching out to us if you run into any trouble or challenges. With just a few, answering a few questions, we can get you up and running pretty quickly if you're not up and running yet. So yeah. Okay, so you've seen this type of thing before, but most likely. Okay, this is also fairly new here where it says the references. It lets you know kind of the types of things it's looking at and generating the responses. So, okay, now let's do it a little bit differently this time, okay? So this was one that took a while. It was generated by just submitting what we previously called a skill. Now we call them tasks, okay? Just see if you weren't aware of this X up here in the top right, if you click that, it will reset the session. Oh, here's another new feature. You see when I mouse over here, over the response to the prompt, you see right up here, these popped up. And if you have a good response, you can click the thumbs up. If you have one that you don't like so much, you can click thumbs down. But here's the part I want to show you. This right here will copy the text without the wonky formatting that doesn't paste into Word very well. So you can just click this, copies it, it's formatted text, and you can paste it into Word or wherever you want without having to remove the strange background highlighting and such. So that's really quick. And I'll grab the whole thing. This message copied to the clipboard. Here, I'll just paste it in here and then I'll delete just so you can see it. Let me see. Copied it all right here, pasted it in. It's pretty slick. So hopefully you find that useful. That'll probably increase your productivity. So, okay, so I'm going to click this X to reset the conversation. Okay, so now I have the same documents uploaded. This doesn't matter so much. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and we're going to, let's see, sample office action response editor. Okay. And you can see all of the different things that we put in there. But let's just click run all. Just let's watch it work. So this is going to go in, submit the first prompt, wait for the response. Once the response is done, it will then automatically submit the next prompt in the playbook, and then just continue on from there through the whole playbook. So you have a playbook that has a lot of steps in it. You don't need all of them. Clicking run all will probably just waste a bunch of your time while you're waiting for them to come out. But what you'll see is you end up getting a longer, more robust response than with the other task that we executed. And again, as you know, I've been kind of beating the drum on, if you get a prompt from this or a response from your prompt, make sure you read it before you just copy and paste it into, you know, documents that you're going to file with a court or patent office. I would recommend reading them too before you send them off to your clients. Good idea to do that. Just make sure that they're accurate, that you agree with them. Any citations to court cases or statutes or whatever, make sure you look at them. Make sure you have confidence in their accuracy. So you'll see it gives you starts to generate, you know, like a more robust response this way because it isn't capped by the 1,500 word limit. So let's see. Okay, let me see here. Okay, so yes, we just got a question on an office action response tasks. Is there a way that the tool could show markups to the text, insertions, deletions, and such? We're working on that. Next time we have one of these, I'll get get an idea for when that'll be ready. I don't have an answer to you on that one, but that is something we're working on. Thank you for the question. So yeah, this is a little bit like watching paint dry while it types up the response. We could leave it up or not, but when we go back to this invention disclosure one, and this will keep churning in the background while we click over here. Okay, so let's see, there was another one here. Okay, so so in here, let's take a look at patent drafting. Let's draft some claims. So that's based on that invention disclosure that was uploaded before. Yep, that's going pretty fast. Okay. So then we could hit run all, and it would just, you know, execute all of these steps. Maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I just want the claims. Let's get some title recommendations. You'll notice that I told it to insert a header claims. So that way, when you scroll back through here really quickly, you can find what you're looking for much more easily. Gives me those. Okay, title. And maybe I want the background and the summary. We'll do that real quick. So I don't have to have it drafting in a detailed description or anything like that. You can just do pieces of it. Maybe you don't. Maybe your skill is set up, or your playbook is set up for maybe it's mechanical inventions, and it has some boilerplate built in there that's not relevant to a computer related invention or a biotech invention or so on. So yeah, so that's that. We answered that one live. That was done. If you have any more questions, happy to do that. Happy to answer that. So I'm going to go ahead and start a new project right now. Let's just do something freehand here. I'm going to upload a patent. Let's see here. Okay. I'm just going to take kind of a random patent. Okay. I'm going to start typing my prompt because I'm not using a skill for this. Let's just play with it just a little bit. Please generate a claim chart, including a row for each. Let's see, including a column for each of claim number, element, and port each row for where um, okay, let's see how this goes. I did check to see, sometimes we need to make sure that the tool identifies, oh, I didn't tell it how to populate claim number. I don't think, let's see. Anyway, we'll see how this goes and then we'll adjust it as needed. But what I wanted to show you here is that this generates a table which you can then copy and paste into Excel or another spreadsheet program. And this is a good start on generating a claim chart for any of a number of matters. So here you can get more room in your user interface by doing this, and then you can also hide this. Oh yeah, I did get the claim number in there, so that's good. And claim charts are useful for a lot of different things, as I'm sure you're well aware, both litigation and post-grant practice. Okay. Probably should have just told it to do a few claims rather than having to wait for this whole thing. So while that's doing that, maybe we can come over here and let's see. this invention disclosure. Okay, so it generated the background. We'll come back over here. Let's see, we'll have it do the next piece. We're in patent drafting. We'll have it do a summary. Okay. Yeah. Let's rename this one. Claim chart. Okay. Alrighty. And just so you remember that when you upload documents and data and your prompts and whatever, as soon as when you're done with it, if you click the trash can there, it will delete it, and that data is totally obliterated. It's gone forever, unrecoverable. So just be careful when you click that you don't want the data back. You can always regenerate it or recreate it. It just might take you a while to get back to where you were and upload all the documents again and all that. But yes, I just wanted to remind you that does delete the data. It's all gone and non-discoverable and all that. There's no data sharing between these tabs here. And when you log out, these tabs persist. When you log back in, they're still there. Yeah, and we don't train our models or anything like that on any of your data. It's total secrecy there, total privacy. So let's see. Let's just see how far along we are here. Oops, what did I do? Uh-oh. Oh, here we go. How many claims are there? I think there's 30. Yeah. Oh, did it finish? Oh, not yet. Oh, yeah, it did. Oh, yeah, there's only 19 claims. There we go. So, yeah, we got a claim chart here. Let's see what we can do to get a better view. Okay. All right. So a couple options here. You can copy or you can download this as a CSV file with your output. So if you click copy, I'm just going to open up Excel and just take a peek at it myself real quick just to make sure that pastes in just fine. Yeah, it does. But then also you can click download. Yeah. Alrighty. So that's a claim charting feature that some of you may not have been fully aware of yet, but you can, if you need another column for whatever reason, you can ask it to insert a blank column or whatever. Yeah, so there's a question about can Otto provide a citation column and line number for support? So it can, however, sometimes they're not accurate. So you can ask it to do that, but if double check those to see if you are just for accuracy. The finding the textual support, it's more accurate at that. So if you ask for a citation based on column and line number, I would also suggest that you ask for some textual support. You could also ask it to provide you, multiple instances of textual support too, to get more and more. So, yeah. So that's that. Don't always trust it if you get a column and line number support. If your patent has paragraph numbers, you can ask for that. It'll be more consistent with paragraph numbers. So, at least from my experience. But then again, you refine your prompts. You might be able to get a better answer out of it than I have so far, because I haven't played with that to fine tune a skill on that task, that chore specifically. So yeah. So that's a lot today. Again, why don't we go back to kind of a new project just to recap just a little bit. If you click on new project, it comes up like this. If you click this eyeball, it'll show you the context panel. And then if you want to see the files pane, you just click on that. And that gets you all set up for whatever you want. But if you click the eyeball, it makes them both go away. You can create playbooks by clicking on Teach Eve, and you have the opportunity to either playbooks or tasks. Tasks is more like what we used to refer to as skills. Your existing skills will show up as tasks presently. This is a little deeper one. If you have a playbook that you set up and you want to edit it, you can't get there from, I don't believe so. I don't think you can get here. Let's see. Yeah, you can get in here. You can go into a playbook to edit it from the skill library, but only the skill name and the description. Okay, if you want to edit the fine details of it, what you need to do is click on the plus, come to your playbook, and you'll see where it says edit. Click edit, and then you can come in here, and then you can edit each of these individual prompts inside of here. That's how you get there. And if you forget that, so yeah. So that's that. Does anybody have any more questions? I apologize if you've had a hard time hearing me today. I just saw a note come up that my internet was unstable. So, okay. I don't see any questions coming up. Okay. Well, thanks again. Again, here I'll put my email address, a couple email addresses at the bottom. Oh, there's a couple questions now. Oh no, those were the ones we already answered. So there's the two email addresses for you. You can also reach out to your sales, whoever you're working with in sales. They can, if they can't get you an answer, they can chase one down for you. But otherwise, that's all I have today. Thank you for checking in with us again today, and thank you for your continued use of our products and services. And have a great day. Thank you.